in school also there is no compulsion to speak English. So there was no compulsion for us to speak in English. We used to manage by speaking Hindi.
Good evening, Ashu.
Yes, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for asking.
Okay, Ashu, brief introduction about myself. Yeah, my name is Puneet. I've been a banker. I worked for a multinational bank in Dubai for 20 years. And I came back in 2019. Currently, I am residing in Delhi. I'm speaking to you. Tell me something about
Okay, that's
yourself,
great.
what you do for a living, what are your hobbies, and the most important part of why are you on Clapingo?
Yeah,
Let's start.
exactly. First, thank you for telling me about yourself. When it comes to me, my name is Ashutosh Dwivedi, and I'm speaking to you from Kanpur city of Uttar Pradesh. About
Okay.
my education, I have pursued my degree, that is BCom Honors Accounting from Banaras Hindu University. Now I'm pursuing my master's, that is Masters of Arts in English Literature. And apart from this, I do run a YouTube channel which is based on spoken English conversations. That's all
Okay.
about me. When it comes to the Clapingo, I like interacting with the professionals so I can boost my spoken English skills and I can boost my confidence. I can become better as a video content creator. That's why I'm here for.
Yes, your face seems very familiar. Face seems very, maybe I've come across in some of your videos. The face seems
Maybe.
very, very familiar. Okay. Besides Clapingo, or you yourself run a YouTube channel, yeah. What else you do to improve or hone your communication skills? What are your hobbies? If
Apart
you
from
read
this,
or Mhm.
yes, when it comes to my hobbies, of course, I like reading. I'm not bookworm. I wouldn't say that I read a lot, but I'm into interacting with the people. I have completed more than 15,000 conversations over calls
Great.
or video sessions. I have completed a
Okay.
lot of sessions on Clapingo as well. I think it is more than 85. So, and apart from this, like Clapingo, I use another platforms like English Yari, Talkie, Ace Fluency. They also provide one-on-one sessions where I can
Mhm.
interact with the professionals, and I like it. So that's why I
How
do.
has
I
been the
read
journey
also.
with
I listen.
Clapingo? How has been the journey?
It's been
Because why I'm
fantastic.
asking you is why I'm asking you. See, basically, I'm not a teacher. Huh? I love conversing with people. For that precise reason, I'm here. Besides that, I have experience where I can help someone.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not a
The same
teacher.
I'm here for. I like interacting with the professionals who come from multiple backgrounds. It is
Mhm.
not like compulsory for me to interact with a person who is already into English or who is just English professional. So
You are
talking
doing
to a
English
banker.
honors, I believe. You are doing some English honors, or you said
Yes,
BHU,
right
sir.
now I'm into literature, but basically I was a student of commerce. Even though I'm from the different field, I wanted to
Mhm.
see myself as a chartered accountant before COVID-19, but due to some financial crisis or a lot of things in family, I changed
Mhm.
my way and now got shifted to literature. I'm not very deep into literature, to be honest. I'm into spoken English, and I want to see myself as a better speaker or podcast host. So I like
Mhm.
interacting with the people. So it is not
Ashutosh, you're
compulsory.
speaking very
Right.
confidently. Yeah. I'm really,
Really?
really impressed.
Thank you.
Really impressed. You're very calm. See, why do that's the main objective of any conversation, for that matter.
Mhm,
So why do people speak, or why do they speak to each other? There are two things, which is one is to deliver the message or a thought.
mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
second is to grab attention. Second is to
Yes.
grab attention, and you are I think excellent in both the things. You're excellent in both the things. And apart from this, it's a never-ending process.
Exactly. It is.
Owning
Mhm.
something is never ending. It's there's no particular date, time, or limit where you say, okay, I have it now. Especially as
Mhm.
far as the language is concerned. So my only what I have observed, your grammar perfect, your solid foundation,
Mhm.
solid foundation. Uh, what you can do to hone is one is this you are speaking to various people or various channels. Or second thing is which you that you don't like, but that has to be part of it. Unfortunately, I would say reading. Reading is very, very important there, because
Yeah.
the more you read, the more words you get, and the more like you understand more words, it goes into your subconscious. And when similar situation comes, your mind will automatically start giving those new words to you. That would add variety to your conversation. Otherwise, people get bored listening to one
Yeah.
side, one kind of conversation. So
Yes, of
that's
course, you
how.
are absolutely
Mhm.
right. Mhm.
And I think today, have you worked on the today's topic, or you want to discuss the topic, or just general discussion? Entirely up to
Yeah,
you.
whatever it is. Of course, like I
Okay.
would love to know about your experience in Dubai as a banker.
Okay.
How was
Okay.
that?
Okay. Now I'll start there. I'll start. My landing in Dubai was merely an accident there. Merely an accident. Uh,
Mhm.
I was working here. I was working for a company called NIFA Data Tech.
Mhm.
They were manufacturing compute, because at that time the hard disk and nothing was there. Only floppy disks were there.
Yes.
Floppy where they used to store data. NIFA
Mhm.
Data Tech was the only company to start with. Then others followed. So I was working here. I got married. My wife was working for Air India.
Mhm.
And there were these guys from Emirates Airlines came to India for taking some interviews and all. And she casually went there, just for fun's sake. Let's see what the things are. And she managed to, she got a job in Dubai with
Mhm.
Emirates. Now I was doing a job here. Now we can't have, she's staying there and I remain here.
Mhm.
So I thought, let me also go and try.
Mhm.
I landed in Dubai. I went on a visit visa there for 3 months. I couldn't find a job for myself. Came back, went after another 2 months, got a job with Citibank. So basically,
Mhm.
I got a job with a DSA. American companies, they don't recruit directly.
Mhm.
They have this business of outsourcing.
Yes.
So I got a job with an outsourced company of Citibank. I was not on Citibank's roll, although I was working for Citibank. So I got a job there. We decided, okay, now we can move to Dubai. It so happened, yeah, my wife's younger sister is in USA,
Mhm.
and she had a car crash in US. So my wife had to leave for US. She went to
Mhm.
US. Now Emirates people, they must have called, or that you need to join immediately. If you don't join in this deadline,
Mhm.
so you might lose the job. And there was nothing. No, she lost it. Emirates. But the only fortunate thing was she hasn't resigned from Air India at that time. So
Mhm.
I got stuck in Dubai. There was no need for me to go to Dubai. And
Mhm.
then, initial, 1 year was very tough, very hard for me, because different environment, everything was different. Everything.
Mhm.
Even selling was different. Selling was very
Mhm.
different. And I started with credit card selling. I was selling credit cards for Citibank
Mhm.
there. Then, it was so very difficult to sell those credit cards, because now we have, Central Bureau,
Yeah.
CBIL, where they have the credit rating,
Exactly.
they give a credit rating, and after that time there was no credit bureau or anything. So Citibank had divided nationalities
Mhm.
into some categories, A, B, C, as per their paying pattern.
Mhm.
How they were paying, like they had some thing which they graded the nationalities. And Pakistanis, unfortunately, were very bad paymasters. And I was given an area infested with Pakistan, infested
Mhm.
with Pakistan. And it was so
Mhm.
difficult. Life was miserable. I used to go to office, boss. I had an Arab boss, man. He screwed
Oh my
my
God.
happiness, yeah, right, left, and center. So
Yeah.
the stage came, when I used to land up in office at around 9:30, my boss would shout at me, and I would leave office, come home, AC चालू किया और I used to sleep आराम से देखी जाएगी. I did this. I was so frustrated. Then, my my second in command was an Indian. He called me one day. He said, "Mother, what's the problem? Why aren't you, getting cars?" And this. I told him this thing. He told me, okay, to give me how do you work? So let me see. I told him exactly everything. I was very honest. I told him this is what I do. You know, I come to office, he abuses me. I get frustrated. I go home and I sleep. Then he realized, man, this guy. So I don't know what happened to him or what came to his mind. He said, I'm pulling you out from sales. I'm pulling you out from sales. I'm sending you to customer service. From there, my journey started because customer service was directly under Citibank roles. So from there, I started growing, over the period of time. I was very bad in communication, very bad. Then he guided me how to go about it. He gave me so many, books which I used to read. Then gradually, as for the time goes, then gradually, I started progressing. When I left the bank in the 2019. I left as a senior acquisition manager. I was a vice president of Citibank. Yeah. So that's how in 2019 I came back because due to the realignment of the bank, there were certain roles which they were, sending it to some different because we were in EMEA first. EMEA was Europe, Middle East, and Asia. So they had a group this. One was Asia Pacific. Right. EMEA's headquarter was in London. Asia Pacific was Singapore. So they moved my operation to Asia Pacific. So there were no investments in Dubai. So I had, if I had stayed with Citibank for another 2-3 years because I'm 60 now. So my wife said, okay, let's decide. So you better, although I had an offer to go to Saudi, Saba Bank, but I decided let me go back home, yeah, and do something back home. I came back here in 2019, and I think 2019 end or 2020, this pandemic started. Yeah.
Exactly, of course. In the
Okay.
beginning of 2020,
Oh
it came in
man,
India.
that was terrible. Yeah. And 2 years, like I thought, I was thinking I'll put my resume out, and there would be bag outside my house trying to pick me up. Yeah. Nothing happened because pandemic came. Then after that
Yeah.
pandemic, we had that farmer strike. And these farmers were right across my house. Yeah. I was
Okay.
unable to get out of my house for 3 years. Yeah. I was stuck up. I
Yeah.
started my
Because
business.
you were out of your country, like, for 20 years.
I started
So
my,
enjoyed being home.
yeah, I would still say, I thoroughly enjoyed, staying at home, developing
Yeah.
few interests, which I wanted and could never, uh, you know, never got the time to do. So initially, when I landed, I was there. I went to Bangalore, and I don't know if you are aware of Ravi Shankar, Shri Ravi Shankar, Art of Living.
Sri
They have
Sri
a
Avi.
Shankar, Art
Ah,
of
yes,
Living.
I know him. Yes.
Okay, and I went to that
With the
ashram and I
white,
stayed.
like,
Yeah, yeah,
clothes.
yeah. I was in the ashram for 3 months, and I stayed there for 3 months. Yeah. Beautiful experience. Beautiful experience. Then that's it. That's how life is, Ashutosh. I've got just one son. Yeah. He's working for a multinational bank. It's a UAE based bank, and he used to be in because they have their data center in Bangalore. So he was working in Bangalore for that bank. With pandemic, work from home culture.
Started.
So he moved to Delhi. So I had that company which I missed for 4 or 5 years, staying with him. So now he's staying with me. So they're having a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So
And
basically, you were born and raised in Delhi itself.
yeah.
Is that right?
I did my schooling from Delhi. I did my
Okay,
schooling
that's
from
great.
Delhi. This is what we get people on Clapingo and, who are looking, they are very good in grammar. Everything is fine. Everything is
Mhm,
fine. They can
mhm,
read, they can write, but they can't speak. Then I try to tell them it's no rocket science.
mhm,
Ashutosh, I did my schooling uh, from nursery to 12 in a public
mhm.
school there. I was in Bharati Vidyabhar.
Yeah.
And in school, it was compulsory to speak in English. Yeah. I used to speak in English with my friends, my
Mhm,
teachers. But when I come home, I don't have that environment to speak English. Yeah. My native
mhm.
language, Punjabi. And this is the problem with the 99% of people in India. Don't get
Exactly.
that environment at home. That is there.
Yeah, at home that's difficult, even though we don't get environment at school as well. I studied basically. I'm from Kanpur Dehat, so a rural part of
I
from the
know I've
understand you
been to
can Dehat.
I've been to
So
Kanpur, I think
exactly.
twice or thrice. I've been to Kanpur.
So in school
Uh,
also there is no compulsion to speak English. So there was no compulsion for us to speak in English. We used to manage by speaking Hindi.
but you have come across, yeah, you're speaking very confidently. I'm very impressed with you, really. How
Yeah,
old are you,
thanks.
Ashutosh? How old are you? How old are you?
Right now I'm 23.
Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Tell me something about your family, what your father is doing, or you have any
Yeah, when it comes to
siblings.
my family, I come from a family of 5 members. My
Okay.
parents are there in village. My father is a farmer, mother is simple housewife, and I have two elder sisters. They are convent teachers, so they teach in a convent school near to my village. So that's how my family is. And
Mm,
if I'll talk about my education, I did my schooling from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Kanpur Dehat, so which is a central government boarding school. So I studied from there, and then I became a student of BHU. I came back to home due to COVID-19, unfortunately, but I
mhm,
utilized my COVID time in improving my spoken English skills and communication
mhm,
skills. So it's been three
mhm,
years for me. I have been interacting with the people every day. So
mhm.
that's how I'm able to
Wonderful,
speak
yeah.
right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. Keep going and keep going strong, yeah. God bless you.